Well, in a typical year, more than 42 million people flock to the city of Las Vegas each year. Tourism, obviously the bread and butter for the area, and it generally brings in about $60 billion. Those visitors are often anxious for a great dining experience, and that's where Nebraska steps in. Earlier this year, Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts, as well as some ag leaders, visited the entertainment capital of the world to learn how Nebraska beef is being served up.
The beef promotion tour kicked off at the Wynn Resort and Casino. Attendees of the trip received a behind-the-scenes glimpse of the massive resort, which includes 4,700 rooms and suites, 32 restaurants, and much more.
We're here in Las Vegas talking with places like the Wynn to say, hey, world-class restaurants deserve world-class beef. And so it's an opportunity for us to be able to bring in producers from Nebraska, talk to the folks here about how we raise our beef in Nebraska, why it's the best in the world, and just work with some of the folks who are involved in the industry here so that we can give them some of the tools to be able to talk to their customers about why they should buy Nebraska beef.
The Wynn Resort serves up tons of beef, 460 tons of beef each year to be exact. After that tour, some of the chefs had the opportunity to meet with Nebraska beef producers to learn where that steak began. Nebraska Department of Agriculture Director Steve Wellman said the discussion helps build spokespeople for Nebraska beef.
Who better than the people in the kitchen, the chefs, and then their team and the weight team that interface with the customers all the time. And I think we've invited them, the chefs, to Nebraska if they want to come back, visit us in person and visit our ranches. We'll surely do that with these folks and help. We talked about how they meet daily or quite often with their wait staff and talk about the products that they're putting on the plates. And we're going to make that connection back to Nebraska on those beef items.
Those beef items from Nebraska often get their start inside the walls of Greater Omaha Packing Company. Representatives from the company, including President Mike Drury, joined the governor on this promotion trip.
Greater Omaha Packing is a third generation independently owned packing house right in the heart of Omaha, Nebraska, and we buy the best Angus, Hereford cattle in the state of Nebraska, and been processing those cattle, and we export product to over 70 countries and through all the states, all throughout the United States.
From Omaha Packing Company to regional meat distributors such as Newport Meat of Nevada. On the second day of the tour, the group visited that business, which is a division of Sysco. Newport Meat will often order beef and further process it into specific cuts for high-end restaurants and resorts. Jocelyn Mango is the sales manager for the company. She says it is important to continue the passion that was put into raising that animal.
We basically continue the story and the passion of what that happens in the ags and in the middle of America. We want to continue those standards that they took to make sure that quality came to us to be able to produce those steaks for those chefs. Basically, it's important that we kind of push that passion in what we do, because that chef is going to be that last person that puts it on that plate. So we really want to make sure that what your guys' work that's getting done in Nebraska is actually going to be shown and highlighted perfectly here in Las Vegas or any of those other cities that our product goes to.
The beef producers who were on that tour agreed the trip was a worthy investment of time to make connections and share the story of Nebraska beef.
I'm one bookend of the beef industry, and this is the other bookend. And it is so important for all of the segments, all the books in between, to come together and understand the whole process throughout this very segmented industry.
People are demanding the quality product that comes out of Nebraska, and that I think we've all learned through this is that Nebraska is best positioned for high quality beef. From the conception of the live calf in a cow-calf operation all the way through the feedlots to the beef packers such as Greater Omaha, Nebraska's best positioned than anywhere in the country for the beef industry.
The idea of a domestic beef promotion tour spurred out of restrictions on international travel due to the coronavirus pandemic. Governor Ricketts said he was pleased by the interactions the group had while in Las Vegas.
By bringing in our producers that can talk directly about what they do, it really helps the folks here in Las Vegas understand where that beef comes from so they can tell their customers. So that's probably the most valuable part of this trip.